anything goes, from this autumn, 96, until late spring 1997. Just about the time, which is June 30 actually, just about the time that Hong Kong reverts to the Chinese. There's no direct connection with that. But in that period of time, I would be very surprised if there weren't some astounding happening in the cosmos affecting every man, woman, and child on this earth. Do you have a feel for what it could be? I mean, there's a lot of interest today in comets. Well, no, it's not that. Okay. No, this is something else. It's not physical. It will have a physical manifestation, but it will be a putting on notice of everybody where they stand as regards God. Could that be something equivalent to what happened in Fatima in 1917? It will be something equivalent to it. It's a consequence of it, and it's going to fulfill all the things predicted at Fatima in 1917. But it's primarily going to be a putting on notice. People will know exactly where they stand. Nobody will be converted. Nobody's going to get faith out of it. But they will know where they stand. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, it is wild. It's wild. And it'll be something permanent. They will always have that in front of them from then on. But they will know. Everybody will know. Wherever they are, in whatever language, in whatever climate. What do you think the future of politics are? The future of politics, we're making plans at the present moment now to re-elect, or that was a Freudian slip, to re-elect a president, to choose a president in November, all right? And apparently Mr. Dole and Mr. Clinton are the candidates, or perhaps Mr. Perot. But anyway, we are acting as politics as usual, and we have to. And we're all making investments. And if we have children, we're investing in their future, sending them to college. We have to do that. But politics as such, the national politics of each country, is practically at the term, at its end. And it's one of the things we all sense, too, that nationalistic politics, such as we have practiced it, the nation state as such, is coming to its end. And doubtless the young people, I'm 75, so I don't reckon myself there, but the younger people, the 20-somethings, the 30-somethings, perhaps the 40-somethings, will live the day when major decisions about our money and about our education and about our religion are not made by the Senate or the Congress or the presidency. They're made outside by other agents. This is the New World Order. The New World Order. Already big decisions are being made that we have nothing to do with. We just obey. And it's coming, there's no doubt about it. But so politics, as usual, is slowly but surely being squeezed out completely. I know that we've talked about this also last week, but what do you see as far as the major players in the New World Order? The major players in the New World Order, they can be reduced very, very simply, really. You have the three great economic powers at the present moment, the three vying for power. You have the USA, and you have China. China is our big problem. What to do with China? Over 1.2 billion people. They can learn anything that we invent and do it better than we do it. They're utterly atheistic. They have no God. They were never Christian or Jewish. They're a smattering of Buddhism, a smattering of Hinduism, a smattering of Zen and things like that, but no formal religion as such in their culture deep. And then there is Russia. Will Russia pull out of its tailspin at the present moment? Because it's in a tailspin. It's a country run by clans and tribes and gangs. Will it build itself up to be something? It still has nuclear missiles, by the way. It still has 10 secret cities manufacturing nuclear weapons. It still has an army. It still has a KGB, called by another name, a secret police, with spies all over the world. That still exists. It still has prison camps. Well, just because it changes its face, which is something that I kind of feel myself is happening, doesn't mean that the poison isn't still there or still acting. It's gone. You have Europe then trying to forge a unity between these about 17 countries, and the European Union. It's not going to go very far. It'll be dominated by the USA and by Russia. But they're the main geopolitical pawns at work here. The bishops, the knights and the bishops and the kings that will run this system are men and some women, but mainly men of great wealth. And they are the players, for instance, in the BIS, the Bureau of International Settlements in Basel, which is composed of all the heads of all the central banks in the major industrial countries. And these people, together with others, decide the flow of capital and the flow of capital goods, without which no nation can live today.
One thing I'd like to say here is that all of these statements that you've made, they're very heavy statements, and of course they hold serious implications for our future.
Sure.
These statements you're making are verifiable.
Every one of them.
I mean, these are factual statements that have to do with what's really happening out there today.
Yeah, they're all verifiable. For instance, do you know, for instance, that President Clinton is great friends with a man called, who's the head of the National Urban League? What's his name? Vernon. He's just written up today in the New York Times.
I didn't see it.
And Bill Clinton has, previous to becoming president, joined the Bilderbergers.
And we hear a lot of this stuff around today. A lot of this discussion about this.
There's a lot of stuff going on, but the people who really make decisions are people belonging to any and every country. Their chief qualification is that they command money.
And that's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to go back to, we got to go to break. When we come back, we'll get some closing comments from our guest, Malachi Martin. Of course, his book is Windswept House. It's out on the market now. I highly recommend it. It's a novel, but it's very, very interesting. And as they say, well, sometimes only fiction can be told, or only truth can be told as fiction. Before we go to the final closing comments, Malachi, I want to just say that probably, I think you've probably been one of the most fascinating guests I've ever had on the program.
Thank you very much, Michael.
There's a lot of meat here, and I like that, and I think our audience does as well, because of it's evidenced by the calls that we received last week after the program. So closing comments here, we've got roughly 1 minute. What is the...
Well, the closing comment really to make, Michael, is this, that if anybody has any coin of faith in their pocket, let them take it out and polish it up. I'm speaking to Americans, not my fellow Americans. Because, we have a thing here called in America, which is America's civic faith. We try to supply moral purposes for public policy and moral virtues for democratic citizens as a civil religion. But it hasn't been enough. It doesn't suffice. It is not enough. We need religion as such. We need to be on our knees in front of our Creator. And we need to acknowledge Him, as James Madison said, as